My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire. It's time to go into our first Ascension mode level 10. Elite spawn more often, normal enemies are deadlier, elites are deadlier, bosses are deadlier, heal less after boss battles, start each run damage, normal enemies are tougher, elites are tougher, bosses are tougher, and Parasite. If I'm going to be able to do it with anyone, I'm going to be able to do it with the Silent because I am still struggling with the 6th level of Ascension on my other character, that is to say the Ironclad. Well, I can't lose 50% of my current HP. That's suicide. Remove a card from my deck or obtain 100 gold. We do have an early shop, and in fact, it's an early shop on a line that I want to take anyway. So I'll do it. We'll take the 100. So the first card removal is 75. Oh, okay, so you just start with a Parasite in your deck. Alright, we'll just remove that from our deck at the first campsite then. Yay! Here I am going to need to take 1 damage in order to deal 12. Because the other option is I only deal 6 and I defend 2 times there. Yeah, because I've got to fully defend this turn, unfortunately. I don't want to take 3. Okay, there's another 8. Beautiful pickup of the Survivor there. So we're taking 1 damage this fight, and we're already halfway through it. We are, however, now in the worst part of the fight, which is where we are going to be weakened every so often. Neutralize, defend, strike. Sure. I would have preferred one of those defends to be a Survivor and there to be another strike in that hand. But you know, you can't always get what you want. Unfortunately, 3 strikes here is only 12 damage, so we're still short on killing this Slaver. So I've got 1 strike in my next hand. If I get another strike, I get lethal. Cool. I mean, against an early Slaver, only taking 4 damage, not horrible, to be fair. I actually want to pick up a Dagger Throw here because I haven't got any offensiveness yet. Concentrate works in some builds, and in other builds it's horrible. And Piercing Wail is a good value card, sure. But I'm going to need to secure my offense first. We've got 1 elite, 2 elite, 3 elites on this path. Yeah, we're going to need to secure our offense. And a Dagger Throw might do that for me. Sure. Okay. Unfortunately, we're going to have to throw 3 different attacks on that Spike Slime to get it down. Bit rough. A Dagger Throw. Sure. If we can get some cards that benefit from being discarded and the tools of the trade, we can do kind of like a discard-based build. But without both of those elements, I don't really know if I'd go all into it. We should have 2 strikes in the next hand at the very least. Beautiful. Alright, managed to get that one flawlessly as well. Flying Knee is also a really good pickup in terms of offense. I think now I focus on defense almost entirely. Really unfortunate that I can't pick up the Shuriken or the Meat on the Bone here. Meat on the Bone is a really good, consistent, like, HP up. Shuriken is fine. It's fine? What do I mean fine? It's amazing on the Silent. Each time you play 3 attacks in single turn, gain a strength. And the Meat on the Bone is your HP is below 50% at the end of the combat, heal 12 HP. We are going to be removing the Parasite. I might just take Ancient Tea Set. Because you start the next combat with 2 extra energy, and because of the Ring of the Snake, our first turn always has 2 extra cards. So it's going to make our first turn much smoother. And we do visit a lot of camps, or rather we will need to visit a lot of camps. Here again, I'm going to take 1 damage in order to deal some more, because this guy actually does buff himself over the course of the fight. Dagger Throw looking for a defensive card. Yeah, we got one. Cool. Flying Knee is in my next hand. So if I do a strike here, I'm only going to need that flying knee and then 2 other offensive cards to get the kill next turn. I don't think I have to do that. Like, I'll accept 1 damage on some of these turns, but I'm not going to accept 2. And yeah, I wouldn't have even gotten enough damage, so that was the right choice there. 20 damage this turn is not possible, but the opponent isn't going to defend enough to be immune to the next turn. Beautiful. Reflex is interesting. We've got 2 ways to discard right now, Survivor and Dagger Throw, so it is some card draw for us. The problem is we do need Dagger Spray so that we have some AoE damage in our deck. As much as I want to take Reflex there, it's more important to take up the first Dagger Spray. Thankfully, we've got some offensive cards because they're going to be really important in this fight. So is the Block Potion that we've already got as well. 22 damage on the first turn. It's okay. Neutralize, stab. I'm actually just going to use a Block Potion here so that I don't have to enrage him at all. There's another 16, unfortunately. Flying knee, Dagger Throw, please get me. Nope, didn't get me the Neutralize, unfortunately. So I kind of just have to cop this 16. Yeah, this is the problem with fighting the Gremlin Knob. Now I will use a Survivor. Ugh, the vulnerability is rough. My next hand is very likely to be able to deal that much damage, so if I double defend here, I'm going to be defending myself against... This will provoke 3, this will provoke 3, but I'm defending myself against 4 incoming damage. Alright. I'm going to split the middle on that, because it is possible that I just draw horribly right now. And wouldn't have been able to secure a kill. Bag of Marbles is a really good pickup. At the start of each combat, apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. So that's going to incentivize me picking up a... Ooh, I don't really want any of those right now. Like, Nightmare is okay when it's upgraded. But right now, it'll just be dead weight in our deck. I can't take it yet. Ouch, that hurt. Become cursed? I mean, if I skip 2 elites, I can hit 2 question marks. And then a shop. Yeah, let's actually do that. I'm gonna die if I go for another elite right. Oh, I might even die in this fight. Yeah, that's the maximum amount of defense we can do, so yay. Ouch. There's a regret. Thankfully, it can be discarded. Double defense strike. This isn't a weaken. Should just be a vulnerable, so as long as we have 8 damage, we're fine. Only just. We don't want any of these. We don't want a second copy of Dagger Throw, nor of Dagger Spray. And Quick Slash is just oftentimes not powerful enough as a card to justify picking it up. Happy Flower every 3 turns, gain an energy. Alright. We are going for no more elites on this run, and we've got 3 camps. So I'm going to use the first one to rest, and then hopefully I just get to use all of the remaining ones to upgrade cards. We need to remove a regret from our deck. Go to another camp. We will upgrade Neutralize, then Dagger Spray. Probably our first 2 upgrades. Okay. Tincture. Whenever you discard a card during your turn, deal 3 damage to a random enemy for each card discarded. I think we have to go with Tincture and... Is there anything else? Like, Pantograph is actually really good. It's just 25 free healing per floor. Especially if you get it before the first boss, it's really good. But we have 2 sources of discard, and now we're more heavily incentivized to go into discarding. I'm going to go with a Tincture. And then I do want defensiveness, and I haven't picked up much yet. So I think I want to go for a dodge and roll, but then I won't be able to take well-laid plans. I think I'm going to need the dodge and roll. Ugh. Oh, no. I think I'm going to need the dodge and roll too much to pass it up right now. Neutralize. Flying knee. Dagger spray. Defend. I could have killed him. I could have killed him if I didn't defend. That was entirely my bad. Alright. Let's take our money back. And a dex potion's a really good pick up there as well. I would actually consider the second dodge and roll. But instead I am going to take the backflip. Unique card. We'll upgrade Dagger Spray because it needs to be upgraded before the next floor, because we are going to have a lot of AoE fights we need to deal with. We do need to pretty much do as much all-out damage as we can on this first turn, because the enemy is vulnerable right now, and it's not going to get easier to kill as we go on to into this fight. Let's backflip. Well, see, now I'm incentivized to not do anything except damage. And yeah, I'm actually going to go with that. So I'm accepting 5 damage right now just so that I could deal 57 this turn. That's pretty big. Neutralize, strike, strike. Our next hand has a dagger throw in it. So yeah, we actually will be able to prevent the giant hit turn, which is good news for us. So I did that specifically so that I could guarantee I got as many discards there as possible. Which one of these do I need to kill first? Well, I don't deal damage, right, without my... I don't deal damage outside of my strikes and stuff like that right now. So I need to kill the acid slime in the backline first. It's especially sad to see that particular attack, the dagger spray, being weakened there. Okay, 18 and 8 incoming damage. We pretty much do need to use the dagger spray here, but I think other than that, it's a defense potion, dodge and roll, and defend. Ugh. Dex potion, that is. Oh, that's a big hit. Another turn of just 2 of them deciding to attack, and that's the end of our lives. Okay. Well, this acid slime now dies to a dagger spray, but we haven't got another dagger spray in there. Yeah. So instead, I'm going to set them up to die to a weakened stab. Weakened strike, that is. Okay, so we did get our weakened strike. But the enemy that we've set up to kill is not... we got problems. It's not the one threatening to kill me right now. I need to break this spike slime. Yeah, we're dead. 26. Yeah, we're dead. Exactly 1 HP, but the thing is, we're gonna make 2 copies of a 26 spike slime. And yeah, they all decided to attack on the same turn. We could have gotten to this point with way more HP, and we were still dead. Alright, well, this is an easy restart then. Yikes. That was rough. That was definitely rough. So now at least we know what Parasite is. It's just we start with a Parasite curse in our deck. That's not that bad. Choose a card to obtain 100 goals. There's an early shop on a path I want to go on that gets us 2 elites and then 3 elites. 3 elites later. Beautiful. There's an early shop on a path I want to go on. Let's go. Plus, there's a bunch of question marks before it, so it's entirely possible that one of the things we run into is the shrine that we desecrate. We get regret, but we get 250 gold, and then we can just remove that. Our opening 2 hands here have been pretty much perfect. Got to deal as much damage as we possibly could while defending as much as we possibly could. So I'm looking for 3 strikes in the next hand for lethal. Not good enough. Thankfully, we can still entirely block, and we do have 2 strikes in the bottom of the deck. Beautiful. It's a shame to lose a Tincture run, because Tincture has such high end. We're going to take the Dagger Spray for the same reasoning last time. It has such high potential. Become Cursed with Doubt. Beautiful. Doubt's the one we remove, because Parasite doesn't have an effect until you remove it. God, we're getting a lot of money before this first shop. Oh. Alright, I have to use a fire potion here because I can't defend against 18 damage. Like, I could just triple defend right now, but I'll still take 3. And then I'll be under the influence of doubt, so I'll be weak and I won't be able to deal it with anyone. So instead, I'm going to blow you up, hit you with 2 strikes, and then defend, meaning that I only take 1 damage here. We'll survive a double strike you. And then a single strike in the next hand kills. Or Dagger Spray. Dagger Spray would have been a really nice pickup at the very start, though. Flying Knee, again. So we've got pretty much 2 of the same cards that we had last time. Shuriken is now available, as well as Noxious Fumes. And we just take both of them, right? So Noxious Fumes card removal service is 149. And then let's just take the 140, so we get 400, so it's 409 to take Noxious Fumes card removal service and Shuriken. Unfortunately, that means I can't also take Die Die Die. Die 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 would be really nice. But now all we need is to stack defense and get ourselves some shivs. So let's remove the doubt first. We'll take the Shuriken, and we'll take Noxious Fumes. Is it Noxious Fumes? Yeah, it's Noxious Fumes. So, Shuriken. As you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. That's much more achievable as the Silent, because you can generate 0 energy attacks using shivs. So you can just create a ridiculous amount of shivs. Noxious Fumes is really, really powerful, but I'm wondering if I even put it in this deck. It is ridiculous, yes. But does it go in this deck? Maybe I take Die Die Die. Because this builds up over time, this is initially quite powerful. Do I need something to build up over time, or do I need initial power? I already do have a Dagger Spray for AoE. It might be Die Die Die. Because Noxious Fumes, how long does it take for Noxious Fumes to deal 13 damage to all enemies, right? Assuming it's not upgraded. So, you play it 1 turn. Next turn, it deals 2 at the very end, then 3 at the very end, then 4 at the very end, and it continues like that, right? So, 2 plus 3 is 5, 4 plus 5 is 9, then plus 6 on, and you end up with 15, right? So it's a couple turns deep until you start getting Noxious Fumes to actually deal as much damage as Die Die Die. I think here I take a Die Die Die. I do love Noxious Fumes, don't get me wrong. I'm also going to take a block potion, by the way, so that I can try and keep myself safe. Because this is already a really good run. I don't want to lose it. We'll upgrade Neutralize as our first, because we're going to be fighting 3 elites on this floor, and being able to neutralize an elite for an extra turn is ridiculously good. So here we've done 3 attacks in a single turn, and we therefore got a charge of our Shuriken. Neutralize. Strike, 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 die, die, die. And I'll drink a potion. We might actually get through this without taking any damage. Okay. Well, we're going to take a little bit of damage. 2. That's still pretty damn good. We've got bronze scales. Whenever you take damage, deal 3 back. Caltrops is effectively the same as bronze scales for us, right? Deal 3 back. Whenever you attack, deal 3 damage to the attacker. Since we don't actually just block, like put up a wall and allow people to attack against it, Caltrops, like, as much as it'll stack with bronze scales, that's not our strategy. I think we take Piercing Wail to get ourselves some more defensiveness while we do everything else. We don't have enough expensive cards in our deck to justify taking setup. I'm going to upgrade Dagger Spray now. The reasoning behind this is if we end up fighting the Sentinels, that's going to be important. Sundial, every 3 times you shuffle your deck, gain 2 energy. And let's also upgrade Die 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 for the same reasoning, right? We can just blow up the Sentinels really early. Hello, Sentinels. Okay. I think I accept 9 damage here. So that does 6. If I get an upgrade, it'll do 7. So if I do 1 strike to this sentry, then 1 here. See, I've foregone defending this 9 damage just so that I can get this shuriken up. Because that's going to be really important. Yeah, there we go. So we can strike you. Unfortunately, we're just short of being able to kill this sentry, so this turn I will actually defend. Next turn, we still don't have lethal on it, surprisingly. We use the Piercing Wail to remove the charge of artifacting and then weaken the enemy. Beautiful. Strawberry is raise your max and current HP by 7. None of these go in this deck. Even Slice. And Slice is 0 cost attacks, so it works for Shuriken. Oh, maybe it does go in the deck then. We'll take a single copy of Slice, okay. The thing I'm concerned with is this deck is not defensive enough right now. Insta-kill the entire enemy team. We'll take a backflip. Backflip's going to be really good. It's a little bit more defense, a little bit more card draw. Footwork. Footwork. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see Snecko Skull for the rest of the run because we've now seen it in this shop. Same with Pen Nib and Orichalcum, although I don't worry about that. We'll take Footwork. I think I take a second copy of Backflip as well. It's more defense. It was on sale, and we have Sundial, so we're heavily incentivized to try and draw through our deck. This guy. I think I actually backflip looking for attacks here. Wow, backflip looking for attacks. Thank you. Now I'll drink this potion. That hit. That hit. That hit. Because I want to get the strength before I use the dagger spray there. Neutralize. Strike. Strike. And I will have to defend here. $18. The enemy is going to die this turn. They're going to hit themselves. No, they're not going to die. Ouch. 1 off death. All right. Beautiful. We get tiny chests. We gain 30 gold. We're 10% more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms. And now we get a Noxious Fumes that we can take without feeling bad about it. That is Slime. That is Slime, the Slime boss. I think I rest here. Just because the Slime boss can just, like, remove me from the world too easily. Thankfully, we have an Explosive Potion as well as we have some AoE. So when the Slime boss does split, we're going to be in a reasonable position to deal with it. We also want to save the piercing wail for later. Again, for when the slime splits. Really unfortunate not to have 3 attacks in that turn. I think I just go full block here. Okay. Well, there's a Noxious Fumes that's definitely getting played. In fact, the whole hand just gets played, right? That's one of the problems with the Noxious Fumes. It's taking up a slot where an attack could be. And when we miss an attack, we know. I need the extra energy, so I did split energy. I need the extra energy, but I also need the extra strength, which is why I split the enemy there. Backflip. There's the die. We care more about them slowing down our attacks. Beautiful. And Dagger Spray and Piercing Wail are in the bottom of my deck, which is perfect. It's exactly what we wanted. We are just short of killing that Acid Slime. Wow. Alright, well, I'm going to double defend. Don't want to lose any more HP here. Backflip. Defend. I could slice here. Right. Hang on. I'm going to slice there. Strike there. The back line is dead before it ever gets another action. Okay. I could just pick up 5 more defense. In fact, I totally should. As soon as we have things like Cloak and Dagger, like an upgraded Cloak and Dagger in our deck, this is going to take off like a rocket. Beautiful. There's an Ancient Potion with Artifacting and Nightmare. Does Nightmare go in this deck? Nightmare doesn't really go in this deck. Does Tactician? Tactician doesn't even really go in this deck. Doppelganger doesn't even really go in this deck either. I don't think I can take any of these. Like, Doppelganger is the closest. Unfortunately, because we are going to be trying to play a lot of Shivs, Velvet Choker is a bad choice for us. Because Shivs are 0-cost cards, and we're incentivized to play as many attacks as we can in a single turn. So Velvet Choker goes against exactly what we're trying to do with our deck. Runic Pyramid plus the Sundial is actually a really good combo, where you just fill your hand with pretty much your entire deck, and then you shuffle through the remaining discard and draw pile. So it basically allows you to use the Sundial much more commonly. However, our deck is relatively large at the moment, and we've already removed a card, so removing more cards is going to get more and more expensive. That's not really going to work for us. Also, we do have a little bit of draw in this deck, but we probably don't have enough draw to satisfy a Runic Pyramid. White Beast Statue, potions always drop after combat, is just a really safe pick. That's the Collector at the end of the city as well, so that could be a problem. Or it might not be, who knows. Okay, let's have a look here. We've got a couple paths. I kind of want to be here so that I get to choose which side I want to go to, whether I want to fight 2 elites, whether I want to fight 1 elite, whether I want to rest earlier, whether I want no elites. You know, I've got a lot of choices there, which means I start here and I just follow up. This fight could be pretty gnarly. I mean, 12 block is only a backflip and a survivor. So we do that. Unfortunately, I can't do 3 attacks. I can get down 2 charges of plated armor by using die and a slice. So we'll do that. Yeah, 21 damage. That's the kind of thing I was worried about. Piercing Whale. Double defend. Doppelganger for 0 right now. We need to upgrade Doppelganger before it'll ever really be useful for us. God's Whiff Frail? Yikes. Weaken the enemy for 2 turns. Take some more damage. We need more defense in this build. It's going to be hard to work it in edgeways, but the card specifically that I need to look for is Cloak and Dagger. Awesome. Well, I mean, here we just play everything, right? Yeah. Oh, heck. It's a lot of damage to be taking in the opening fight. If we're ever going to get through this, we need to up our strength again. Come on, Cloak and Dagger. Just need to show it once. Alright, 7 block there. Another 7 there. 1, 2. Forgot that I had lethal. Ooh, Dex Potion's a really nice pickup. And none of those are really worth our time. Remove all curses from my deck. That's just 1 right now, but it's still really good. You come across a dapper, cheery-looking goblin. All right, don't add a curse to my deck. Give me a relic. We got the relic. Holy shit. All right, B. Hang on. I'm not gonna look at the screen. B Ninja Scroll. It's Gia? Someone told me I was pronouncing this wrong, and then I looked up a pronunciation video. And they were like, it's not it's ear, like as in ear, your ear, so it's Gia? Gia? I do apologize that I don't know that. I swear I did look up a pronunciation video, but then I didn't get it for a bunch of for a long time. So I forgot it. We definitely need to use that as well as Piercing Whale. I kind of just want a Survivor and use a Slice. I mean, we're always using a Slice, right? So let's do that first. Yeah, I can't take the extra damage here. We could use a Dex Potion. We get a potion after every fight, so let's use a Dex Potion here. Footwork, and I don't want to draw into Dagger Spray, but I do want to draw into both Neutralize and Doppelganger, so I will use a backflip here and just hope that I draw the kind of right cards. Okay. So Dagger Spray is 12. I can kill them all with an Explosive Potion right now. Yeah. So we will use it. Prevented a lot of damage there as well. I don't think I want a third backflip. But defensiveness is important. I don't have the energy to support it. I think I have to skip this one. That hurts though. That really does hurt. I would have preferred to not skip that. Tincture, whenever you discard a card. We just had this earlier. Deals 3 damage to a random enemy for each card discarded. Alright. It's Piercing Whale. We do need to drop a Noxious Fumes here as well. I'm going to backflip, hopefully getting a Neutralize. Unfortunately, we also got Dagger Spray, which I really want, but we did get Neutralize. And then I'm going to weaken these 2 characters. This is going to be a rough fight for us. So this guy in the back line the Slaver is going to try and apply an effect to us right now, and the effect that they are going to try to apply is going to be vulnerability, so we're going to prevent that with the artifacting here. I definitely want to use Survivor. Yeah, I have to go full defensive right now, unfortunately. We haven't got enough regen potions, and we haven't got a rest, like, super soon after this. So that did just lose our artifacting, which means this turn is a lot less severe than it was about to be. Extremely unfortunate that we lost Dagger Spray, because Dagger Spray would have been, 12 damage to each enemy. 36 total. We're only just going to get through this fight. Hopefully we get a regen potion after this, because we desperately need one. Alright, good. We picked up Anchor. That's actually pretty good for us. We're having a lot of difficulty protecting ourselves in the opening turns. Energy Potion's also quite good. Anchor was start each combat with 10 block. We don't have enough sources of weakness for Heel Hook to actually be free. Dagger Spray is powerful, yes, I 100% agree, but I don't think I need a second one in the deck because I do have a die. And they get worse on the third floor because there's a lot of enemies that you don't ever want to hit with a Dagger Spray. Ooh, Oddly Smooth Stone. So Oddly Smooth Stone is at the start of each combat, gain 1 dex. Yeah, I need that. I think I'm going to take an Explosive Potion as well. So that's just going to help us keep ourselves defended. A lot of the time, Piercing Wail in this specific fight isn't going to be particularly powerful for us. Okay, so we can choose to have a rest before an elite and then another rest later, or we could just skip all elites entirely. I don't think I'm going 2 elites at this rate. Oh, really? Oh, no. So we're alive by 1 HP. Alright. I'm gonna doppelganger for a bunch of extra cards and try and just blow the enemy out here. God, that sucks. Another 18! What is wrong with you? And look at all these 3 costs that we've been getting. I need you to know how unlucky this is. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to drink again so that I can backflip again. Holy shit. We are very likely going to lose this fight on the basis of the enemies being really big meanies. Now we've been tail whipped, so we're vulnerable. That's 27 damage, unless I get ridiculous. And we did get ridiculous. Thankfully. Sundial was entirely essential there. Okay, 15. With the backflip, we can defend for protection. And weaken for 2 turns. This is really nice. Okay, that's another 11. We're always using Flying Knee here. And yeah, I guess we just double defend. Oh, God damn it. Alright, I'm gonna backflip. I'm gonna probably have to use my potion here. But if there is any way to get out of it without having to use my potion, I want to do that. Beautiful. Okay. Got a weak potion. don't think we can take any of these. Mercury Hourglass. At the start of each turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. Don't have the money for it, mon frere. So I have to do a fight without taking any damage, or I have to rest, then fight an elite. I think I'm more likely to be able to take a fight without taking any damage here. Your debuff is putting 2 wounds in my deck. I probably, like, desperately don't want that. Now, you're gonna do 11 damage this turn, which fucking sucks. Really sucks. Okay. Now we're defended. Just fumes, then we'll doppelganger. Extra card, extra energy next turn. The problem here is now we're frail and we need to do 22 block, which is unlikely. All right, never mind. We can apply a weakness potion, then use a piercing wail. So you're only doing 10 damage this turn, but we can't block that. $777 is 21. We're just short of being able to kill as well. So 21 damage from 3 strikes, and then an explosive potion is not enough to kill. And double defend is not enough to keep us alive. It's 8 block. Footwork on the bottom of the deck. Thank you very much, game. Using the weaken potion to remove the last charge of artifacting and then dropping the piercing wail was correct. So what could have helped? If we used another strike, or rather the flying knee that we did against the Sentinel, if we use that instead against the Spheric Guardian and also dropped the explosive potion, we would now have lethal this. No, we wouldn't have lethal this turn. Oh, no, we would. We would. Trying to think if there's any way out of this. 9 health total. Well, that's not going to do it. All right, fine. Whatever. 2 damage away from lethal. That's really unfortunate. First time I've lost a silent episode in a very long time. That's sadness. Extreme sadness. It was quite a strong deck. The other option, of course, was going to a campfire before going to an elite, but I believe that if we took on another elite that floor and didn't just go campfire rest, we were gonna die. So I thought we had a better chance to take on a normal enemy with 1 HP than an elite with the amount of HP we would get after a rest. Especially considering after that, there was another enemy immediately. I think that could have gone either way. We were very close, in fact, to being able to just kill that Spike Slime? No, the Spheric Guardian there. But alas, it just was not in the cards. If we got some more regen potions, we also would have been in a much nicer position. Regen potions from the White Beast statue, of course. Well, we'll beat it one day. My name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. That has been an attempt at Ascension mode level 10 with a silent. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we will see you next time, Jeremy. It's always Jeremy, just like every second time.